Good evening. This is Holly with Handcrafted Blessings, and I'm excited to welcome you to another edition of Create With Me. So tonight we're going to be working on a paper pumpkin kit, so I'm really excited about it. It's going to be great. So I'll be opening the paper pumpkin and seeing what's inside, and we will also we'll make the projects together. So if you are a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, I encourage you to get your kit out and get ready to make some stuff. So we're going to do that, and then just in case you don't like what the traditional projects look like, I will also have some alternative cards for you to see, and I might have gone a little overboard in the alternatives. I think I counted and I have like 13. So hi Barbara, hi Linda, and hi Mom. So excited to have you guys on here. So yeah, we're going to take a look at the February paper pumpkin kit here called Wildflower Wishes. So I do know that it's cards from the supplies. So so what I do is I take my paper pumpkin. Hi Judy. I take one of the paper pumpkins. I get 4 boxes every month, sometimes more. And I open one and I don't look at, you know, what's happening with the actual instructions, and I just take all of the supplies and I make some alternatives, and hopefully they don't look like what the actual projects are gonna look like, but I had a lot of fun with this one. So hi Dana, hi Julie. And so we're going to take a look at that. One quick thing before we jump into this kit, hi Kathy, is I want to tell you about the next card kit that we're going to make together, and that is with the Hold On to Hope set. This set is absolutely gorgeous. So it's my March class, so if you're interested in signing up for that, hi Meredith. If you're interested in signing up for the March class, you can do that now. But let me just show you a couple of samples of, if I get it in camera, of what the Hold On to Hope set can make. So these are not the cards that we'll be making in the March class, but I just want to kind of show you how beautiful this set is and some different ways that we can use it. So here's one using some pink colors. And then this one using one of my current favorite colors, that Bermuda Bay, which I just think is so beautiful. This one, a little more simple, so no words on this card, just the stamping and the thinlits here cut out. And then the final one actually uses that wood grain paper to make the cross. So different ways that you can use this. So again, just some samples for you to show, for you to see. I mean, if you're interested in signing up for my March class, just let me know. All right, so we are going to jump in. Let's set these samples aside here. We're going to jump into the paper pumpkin. So let me put my camera down so we can get started. All right. So I'm going to see here. So in the box, oh Barbara, I'm so glad you got that set. It is so pretty. So all right, I'm gonna set the box aside here, somewhere out of the way. So we have Garden Green ink, and then we have our paper pumpkin. So here we go. Let me see if I can open this without cutting what's on the inside. Oh, I just cut through the directions. All right. So as you can see from this top paper, hi Wendy, we are going to be making some wildflower cards. So we've got here, let's see, we've got one that says thank you, friend, and celebrate. Got some sort of words underneath it too, so we'll have to see what those are. And then some beautiful envelopes. All right, so let's see what we got here. I'm gonna take this cardboard out. I gotta tell you, what you can't see out of camera is that, or out of the scene, is that, you know, this is my camera space that I'm using, and just outside of that is a ton of other stuff. on mine. So, alright, so what do we have here? So we have some vellum papers. I'm trying to put my hand under there. We got some, I don't know, leaf, berry, sprig, I don't know what you call those things. I'm not much of a flower person, so I don't know the names for all of this kind of stuff. And then we have over here on this side, there's different banners here, different size banners. Alright, we got our lovely glue dots, my favorite, and some, let's move the glue dot off there, some baker's twine. These envelopes, which already come with an insert inside. Hi, Karen. So we've got the beautiful envelopes, so set those aside. We have card bases, and I noticed that there are 9 bases in here that we're going to be able to work with. And these are full-size cards as well, which is really nice because that's really all I tend to make. So when we get smaller bases, then I tend to have to, you know, turn them into full-size cards. So there's actually 3 different designs here of these cards. I don't know if you can tell those different patterns here. Try to shine it towards the light. But there's a striped here, and then there's looks like diamond shapes, and then these have flowers on the background. And then there are just a ton of punch outs, different wildflower kind of patterns. I'm so excited to see how we're going to actually make these cards. I had so much fun doing the alternatives with these. So then we have friend, and let's see, I'm going to guess these are daisies, and then some sort of pink flower. And then a whole bunch more flowers. And these are actually all stickers. So that's really nice. We got some more vellum here. So here we have some leaves. And then we have celebrate words. And then more of these pretty pink flowers or red flowers. And then we've got thank you. Alright. So let's see here. And I should have, let's go back to my instruction sheet, and let's find out where we are going to get started, okay? So the first thing it's going to have us do is some stamping. So we are going to stamp some sentiments. So let me set aside, oh, you know what, I just found some little pearls, little sticky pearls, and of course the dimensionals that come with it. So I just tell you, you have everything you need in this card kit. It's absolutely wonderful. So it looks like we're going to start by stamping some sentiments. Now, the garden green that comes in here, these stamping dots, yeah, stamping spots, there we go. I tend not to open these because I do have full-size ink pads. So I'm going to actually set this aside and use my regular ink pad. I save these for giveaways as well as the extra stamp sets that I get. Because even though I get 4 Paper Pumpkin kits in the mail, I don't actually need 4 sets of the stamps or the ink spots. So, and keep in mind that throughout this video, I'll also be giving away some of the cards that I am making tonight, as well as giving away a full Paper Pumpkin kit. So definitely stay tuned for that. So in our stamp sets tonight, let's see what we got here. We have Celebrate, Align, Friend, and let's see, what does that say? That says Hello Sweet. Oh, so like Hello Sweet Friend. And then this middle one here says So Much, so I guess that would be Thank You So Much. We've got some different flowers here. This one says Big Time, so I guess you could say Celebrate Big Time. And then this cursiveness says, oh, You're Awesome. Oh wait, no, Your Awesomeness. There we go. So maybe Celebrate Your Awesomeness, could be. Alright, so it looks like we're going to do some of these little squiggly words. So we're going to start with Hello Sweet. I'm going to stick that on a block. Looks like we're going to be doing some of all of these squiggles. So I'm going to go ahead and stick a second one here. We'll do this really long one on another block. That way we'll have 2 blocks ready to go. So there we go. Alright. Now there's different size banners, so the longer banner must be for your awesomeness. Let's see here. Now the only concern I have about stamping on this vellum, and I don't know if any of you guys have more experience with this than me, is how long it takes to dry. Because it seems like ink stays pretty wet on the vellum. So I'm rather hopeful that this won't take too long to dry, because then we're going to end up with garden green ink just kind of everywhere. So we'll just kind of roll with it and see what happens. Oh, Dana, you know what? Both my back and my car are doing great. I actually did not have any damage to my car when I got in the car accident, so that was pretty awesome. Thank you, Lord. I was very, very grateful that that was the case. All right, so let me clean off one of these stamps, because I am going to need my block so that I can do the other words that it wants us to do. So what I thought I would do in this video is make one of each card. It looks like there's 3 different ones. So we'll make one of each. So let me just put these stamps back on here. I love how quick and easy they are to get on and off these blocks. Alright, so we're going to do some of the so much. Because I don't really know exactly how we're using these words, so I figure I better stamp a little bit of each so that they can be kind of sitting here drying. Hi, Cindy. Linda, you're saying it took a while for the ink to dry? I was kind of afraid of that. We'll see how this goes with stamping. So we're going to leave one blank. Let me just put that aside. Alright, we are just going to, so I've stamped a whole bunch of these banners, and we're just going to set these aside and hope that they're dry by the time it tells us to get to that step. So, we're going to take, okay, looks like we need the front pieces. See if I can find these here. Alright, so if you're working along with me, what we're doing is we're going to take these front pieces, and I'm going to take one of each since I'm making one of each card. I will finish making some of the rest of these later, but I don't think you guys want to be with me for 3 hours, do you? Maybe you do. I don't know. Oh, a heat gun to speed it up. That's a good idea. I do have that sitting here, so we'll see if they're still really wet. That might be coming out. Alright, so it looks like we're going to stamp these with them the long way. And we are going to do some flower stamps. I don't know if it matters which one we do. Looks like maybe we'll use some of each. So once again, I'm going to go ahead and clean my words off so I can move those off. And then that way I can use both of my blocks to put some of the flower stamps on. Alright. If you don't have multiple blocks, of course, you can just change them out as we go. So we're going to put that one on here, and then we're going to take this flower and stick it on there. Alright, now these kits only come with one color of ink, but of course you could switch it out as you want. So it looks like you kind of have to randomly guess how to stamp these. So, yay, I like guesswork. So we're just going to kind of stamp some images here. And I think we'll add some of the bigger flowers. Let's see, we'll put that one there. And I'm just going to try to fit these in here somehow. There we go. Alright, so let me grab another one. We can always fill in some more flowers later. You know, if this placement that I'm guessing on is not quite right, you know, we can always add some more. That's definitely going to be easy to do with these. So you'll see this one I'm making a little bit different. I'm only using this bigger flower stamp. I don't really have a reason for that. Just felt like it, actually. And then my third design is this one here. And I have to say, I am not usually a big one to use the flowers. So this was a more challenging set for me. Just because, yeah, not usually a flower girl. Alright. Okay, so we have our corners stamped. And now it wants us to use the thread. Okay, so it actually calls this a linen thread. I think I called it the baker's twine when I opened it. But they call this a linen thread. So we're going to take this here, and the handy thing here about Paper Pumpkin is if you turn over your instructions, they give you a nice little ruler right here. So it wants us to cut, I suppose I should turn it over and look. I don't really know. So they don't really tell you how much thread to cut. Okay, we're just gonna grab a bunch. So we're gonna do, let's see here. We'll do one. The nice thing is they give you lots of thread, so you really can't go wrong. I know some people will wind and then tie their bows and then cut at the end. I prefer to just kind of cut and have my thread freestanding. So I'm doing about 36 inches, just because that seems like a good number. It's all very exact science, right? Hi, Lori. So, alright. So I have my thread. I'll set this aside. So what it wants us to do, if I go back to the right step, is we are going to wind this around the card. It says to wind it twice, and it looks like we're going to be tying a bow here on one side. So I'm going to leave this end a little bit shorter, and I'm just going to wind this thread here. Alright. And then we are going to tie. I'm going to start just by tying in a knot, because that just seems like a good way to start. Dana, no, the bases are not embossed. They do have a pattern on the paper. So this one that I'm doing here is kind of a diamond checker kind of pattern. And then there's one that has flowers on it and one that is striped, but they're not actually embossed. Alright, and then my end is a little small, so we'll see if I can get my fingers to tie a bow here. Gonna do the best we can. It's a little short. Alright, so I think it worked. So we'll just do that. And then I just have a little bit of extra, so I'm just gonna cut it off here. Alright, so there we have one. It's a little bit loose, but based on the way that the sample looks, I think that's gonna be fine because we're gonna be putting the words across the middle. Alright, so I am going to tie another one. So I'm really excited that they have thank you notes in here, because I definitely needed some thank you cards. So this worked out well in terms of what I was looking for. I need thank you and birthday cards. Seems like I go through those a lot. Alright, let's see if we can tie another knot here. Maybe. I always feel like I'm back in kindergarten, and then to have to do it with like all of you guys watching, I tell you, it's like pressure. It's like being in a pressure cooker, right? So I don't know if you guys are gonna like grade my bow tying abilities, but I totally get it if you need to give me like an F, because me and tying bows is not great. Maybe that's why I wear Crocs all the time, because, you know, I don't want to have to deal with tying my shoes. Oh, I didn't get that one tied very well. So let's see here. Really, I do know how to tie, I swear. I'm thinking that there's probably like YouTube videos for learning how to tie bows and string and whatnot in crafting. I feel like maybe I should watch some of those, because I think like every kit that we do has ribbon to be tied, and it just challenges me. So, alright, 2 down, 1 to go. We got this. We're gonna make it. Oh, thank you, Judy. I really appreciate you saying that. It's very encouraging. I am trying my best here. Let's see here. Yeah, and I've been really spoiled because this winter I have actually managed to wear my Crocs the entire winter, which means I'm not sure I could tell you the last time that I had to tie a pair of shoes. Hence why I'm so out of practice with this whole like tying thing. So, but you know, we'll get it together. We can do this. Y'all are patient. Stick with me, right? I appreciate it. Alright, so here we have our third one. Might have to kind of finagle these bows a little bit because it looks like they need to be a little bit closer to the edge. But we can just kind of move our string around. No problemo. Alright. So next, we are going to be working with some words. So we're going to take some of these flower shapes, and it looks like we're going to start with a thank you. So we have these thank you words, which are stickers, and these punch outs. Now these are not stickers, so I'm going to go ahead and punch these out so that we can put the words on it that we're taking out. I love punch outs. It makes it so quick and easy. So, let's see here. Oh, see, Barbara, you understand. You wear sandals all the time. I totally get it. I also love my Crocs because they're just so comfortable. So when I moved to Minneapolis, I decided, well, I need some Crocs that are going to be okay in winter because, you know, they get like snow here. I mean, like serious snow. So I went to the Crocs store at the local outlet mall and found some Crocs that have a taller back so I can actually wear them in the snow. So here we are, March 1st, and I have managed to wear Crocs all winter. I'm pretty proud of myself for that. So there's two different wildflower patterns here, so we're going to take one of each. And then it looks like in the picture they have me start with thank you, so I'm just going to start with thank you. Now, when I was making the samples, I did notice that sometimes the letters will come up with your frame, and you don't actually need the letters right now. So you might have to use your finger to push those down. So we get thank you, and we are going to put that on top of one of these wildflower bases. So just like that. And then I am also going to take out in the middle of the letters, sometimes like in the middle of the A, you need your little piece because it just makes your A look better. So we're going to take that, and then we're also going to take the middle of the U. Now what I'm already seeing is that this is our tag for the thank you card. But you know what that means? Is that you have these letters left over that you could make for another card. So that's very cool. And I actually did that on some of my alternatives, but I wasn't sure how we were using the letters on these cards. So that's really fun to see. So, all right, so we're gonna do that. And then we have one that says, for this one here, we're gonna do friend. So same thing, we're just gonna pop this out. Oh, my E's coming with it. Let's leave the E behind. There we go. And the top of my I. I leave those pieces behind so I can use them for other cards. Alright, so the middle of my E got a little bit messed up here. Oh, Venetia, I totally agree. This is a very cute set. And if you're a current subscriber, there are refills available for this kit, although I don't know how long they'll last. I could see them selling out. This is part of why I get so many kits here, because then I have some to work with. Alright, so I got the middle of my D and the middle of my E. Had to get those out. Alright, so then the next one they picture is the Celebrate. So Celebrate is longer. Obviously that's a longer word, and I didn't pop these out. So let's just pull these out really quick. So again, with those beautiful wildflowers. So what I like about this is there's really so many different colors that you could go with in terms of coordinating your cards. I suppose they just have to pick one color to give you. The options are truly wide. So, alright, so we have thank you and we have friend. So now, let me grab Celebrate. See if we can do this and leave the letters behind. There we go. Alright, we're just going to stick this over the wildflowers. So nice of them to make the wildflowers slightly smaller so that it doesn't stick out. Now this one has a few more centerpieces I'm seeing. We've got all these E's that definitely need their middle. So, oh, Venetia, you're from Pennsylvania. Are you guys having warm weather or is it cold there right now? I know the weather has just been kind of crazy all over the place. I'm going to Iowa this weekend. We're doing a card class in Mason City, and it is supposed to be 50 degrees there this weekend. So super excited about that. So all right. So now we have, oh, sticking together. Now we have 3 different sets of words. So all right. So I am going to really quick run my comment picker and let's just give away some cards, because you know I make a lot of cards and sometimes you just have to give them away. So the first set of cards is going to go to Venetia. So Venetia, if you just send me your address, I will send you some cards. So let's see, what is our next step? So next step is we're going to adhere the tag to the card base with dimensionals. So I don't think it really matters which base you use. So we're going to pick thank you first. Like I said, I have to kind of move my bow over to the side. We're going to take some dimensionals. We're going to put them on here. There we go. So I'll take those off. Now these dimensionals I find that come with the kits, they seem to be a little bit thicker than the ones that come from Stampin' Up. So I will just warn you of that, because sometimes you need to be careful how you mix and match your dimensionals. Now we're going to see moment of truth. I'm going to turn this around so it's facing me. And it looks like, I think I guessed right with my stamping. So there we have, looks like our first base. How cute is that? Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm just loving this. Like I said, I had so much fun making alternatives, but I really wasn't sure what we were doing with the actual, you know, pieces and how they want you to make it. So here we have the first one. So, hey, Sandy, I totally agree. I love this one. It's very fun. Okay, so next I'm going to do the striped paper. And we're going to add some more dimensionals here. So we got this here. My biggest challenge in making some of these cards, like with the word celebrate, I don't find a lot of use for celebrate cards. I'm gonna have to work on that. I mean, I guess you could use them for like birthdays and stuff, right? So we've got 2 here, friend and thank you. So we got one more. Let me move this thread. There we go. All right, so we're gonna do one more here. Oh, helps if I put dimensionals on first. All right, Yeah, Cindy, these really are very pretty cards. And so much of it is stickers, so by golly, that makes things a whole lot easier and quicker for making your cards. So, there we go. All right, so we're gonna stick this in the middle here. And that one, I guess, is gonna cover up my bow a little bit more, because that's a long word. All right, so there we have 3 card bases. How totally cute. All right, so now we have, it says add the vellum pieces. So that must be, all right, so back to the vellum. So we stamped so much, so that could be thank you so much. And then celebrate your awesomeness. So we got that one. And then hello sweet friend. Looks like these are like halfway dry, so I'll just have to be careful how I handle them. All right, so these use the glue dots, the little adhesive dots. So you gotta put those. All right, so we're gonna turn these over. I'm gonna take all 3 of these here. See if I can pick them all up. I'm trying not to touch the ink. And we're gonna put them here and put some glue dots on them. Or I guess they call them adhesive dots. So we're just gonna stick some of those on here. They're so handy. Okay. You definitely have a lot of extra supplies is what I'm seeing. So it only comes, this kit comes with the bases to make 9 cards. But if you think about it, you really could make at least 18 cards, because you can take all of the letters that were in here, you know, and turn them into 9 more cards. So I'm loving that there's so many options you can do. Oh, I like that idea, Dana, to write I celebrate you. That would be cute too. Okay. So fun. Okay, so I got all my little backs off. So let's see. Hello, sweet friend. So that needs to go up top. I'm going to attempt to do these upside down. This might be crazy, but we're going to do it. All right, so hello, sweet friend. And thank you so much. So let's see here. I'm going to put this one down here. There we go. And celebrate your awesomeness. That's kind of a fun saying. I like that. Celebrate your awesomeness. Alright, just trying to do that without getting too much ink on me. So there we have, our vellum words have been added. Now it also says that we can adhere some pearls. So I think those are just kind of randomly placed around. So if I got my pearls, oh, here they are. So these are adhesive as well, which is super handy. So here we go. Hi, Amy. So I'm going to take my scissors, because sometimes that makes it easier to grab these. And we're going to just set some pearls on these cards. Oh, so it just kind of adds a little bit of bling right there. So let me see here if I can take this. Now I suppose I'm probably putting too many on each card because I'm going to run out of pearls before I can finish 9 cards, but that's okay. Alright, let me switch these around. Bring one closer to me. See, now this one, I am covering up the stamping a little bit here, so I could add some more stamping. But I did look ahead, and it looks like the next step we're going to be adding some of the flowers and the vellum. So I think we're going to be fine. So we're going to stick some pearls on here. Oh, uh-oh, that one got stuck. So it kind of got flipped over. So we'll see if we can get it off my finger. There we go. All right. So let's see here. Stick another one there. And one last card. So we'll just keep trading these around. Oops. And it fell right in the middle. You know, I think there's also like the pokey tool that you could use to get these off. That would be another way to set your pearls. I somehow seem to end up with pearls everywhere when I use these. I don't know about you guys. So. Oh, Kim, that's a great idea to work on this at craft time at church. Yeah, paper pumpkin is great for that. It's so versatile to take wherever you go. I love that. Sometimes I'll take them to coffee shops and work on them there as well. So, what a great idea. All right. So we are going to add some of the vellum leaves. So let's just pop a few of these out. And I'm going to move this over so I can keep track of my leaves. So these, I think, because we're going to be kind of sliding them under the shapes, that'll make it easier for us to, you know, adhere them down. So we'll just get a few of these out here. And I think we'll also use some of the other, let's see here, there were also these vellum shapes. So I don't know if I missed somebody's comment, like, what are these called exactly? I'm going to pop one out here. Ah, let me lay it on this so you can see it. See, it's like a sprig. Sprig? Is that the right word for it? I don't know, some variation of a leaf. We'll pop a few of these out too. And you know, there's really no right or wrong way to do these, so you can really put them wherever you want. Alright, so my glue dots, I'm going to take some more of those. We're going to take a glue dot off here and just put it on the stem. You know, and it's going to overlap the stem, of course. You know, it's wider than the stem. But the nice thing is it doesn't matter because you're going to be slipping it underneath here. So it's okay if it sticks out. Alright. So I'll take another one here. Just peel those backings off. And we're going to slide it underneath this corner. Alright. Oh, I didn't even do that on purpose, but look, the leaf fit right over the pearl. So that works here. Oh, there we go. Sprig works. I'm glad to hear that. So. Oh, Cindy, I am so glad that you joined. Yeah, you know, it does help sometimes to watch somebody else make them and see all the goof ups, and then you won't make the goof ups yourself. So, all right. So right now I'm just putting these random vellum leaves and sprigs on different places. You know, honestly, I didn't even look at the picture for where these are supposed to go. I just thought they would look cute the way that I'm putting them. So that's what we're doing. Alright, now I guess I should use a few of the sprigs, right? How about on this one? I haven't done anything on this one yet. So we'll add some sprigs. I feel so official, that's why I keep saying it. Like sprigs. I do not have a green thumb at all. This is the closest to gardening you're going to see me get is planting these sprigs right here. I'm envious of people who have beautiful gardens. Do any of you guys have beautiful gardens? Obviously not yet. I'm pretty sure it's too early for that. But gosh, you know, to have some beautiful like flowers and to grow your own vegetables and stuff, I just think that would be so amazing. Someday, you know. I always like to say when I grow up. Maybe I'll plant a garden about the same time that I learn to drink black coffee. I put those two things in the world of adulting that I don't do. can't have my coffee black and I can't garden. So there you have it. All right, so we have some sprigs and leaves. You know, you can always add more. Let's see here. I'm just taking a look here. I think I want to add one more down here on the corner. So just kind of putting the glue dot on the end, and then when I shove it under, it sticks to my card base. So it works out quite nicely. So all right, so let me spread these out again so you can see them. Let's see, we'll get back in the middle here. All right, so here we have our 3 card bases. So we need to put, or not card bases, this is just the top layer. Let me grab the bases. And so we have some of this tan basing. So we're gonna fold these. So we have our bases. All right. I'm gonna move all this vellum out of my way here for a minute. All right, and I'm so sure that because they only provide you with glue dots that you're supposed to use your glue dot to attach your base, but I'm just gonna be honest and I'm gonna grab my tape runner because I love my tape runners. So there we have, we'll just stick some here across the middle. So our first one, it would help if I put it right side up. So we're just going to attach that first one. All right, so there is our first card. How beautiful is that? It's simple, it's easy to make, but it just looks quite beautiful in my opinion. Oop. So then we've got, so that was celebrate. Now I've got thank you. Oh, Karen, that might be one of the best things that I have read all day. Karen says she is 60 and she doesn't drink her coffee black, nor does she garden. Love it. You might be my new BFF. I get asked a lot, surprisingly, when I'm going to start drinking my coffee black, and I just can't do it. I like my foam, my foamed milk. So I have a frother, and so I steam my own milk and make my lattes, you know, here at home. So it's the way to go, I'm telling you. All right, so here are our 3 cards. Aren't those so cute? Oh my goodness. Okay, now they actually do give you another step, and that is to take a look at the envelopes. So I showed you these at the beginning, and that is that there are the wildflowers here in the middle, but they actually have an instruction for us to decorate the envelopes. Because if you'll notice, the instructions for the cards don't actually include any of these stickers. So, just interesting side note. Let's look at the picture here. And if we go back to our sample picture, you'll see they don't actually include any of those stickers. So it looks like they want us to use the stickers to decorate the envelopes. So let's do that. So we're gonna have to clean off my stamp here for a minute so that I can put the other stamp on it. Alright, so we're going to put those away because there's a stamp here that has just a line. So this is interesting. I never would have thought to decorate my envelopes like this, but this is such a clever idea. Alright, so you're going to want this line straight because it is what you're going to use to write on for your addresses. So one little trick for that is when you set it down, let it just lay where it wants to lay, you know, and then you put your block on top of it. And that way you pick up the stamp straight. So, we're going to go back to our Garden Green ink. Oh, Cindy, I totally get it. I love my expensive coffee drinks. But I will tell you that buying a frother was a game changer for me, because I can now make my lattes at home for a fraction of the cost. So, alright, we are going to stamp a line. I love this. Like, they think that we can stamp straight lines, you know, or evenly spaced lines. See, they're off. But, you know, we do our best. Alright, so we have 3 lines. So I'm going to go ahead and do 3 envelopes since we're making 3 cards. I'll go back and make the other 6 cards later. Let's see here. Oh goodness, those are really far off. So, I wonder if there's like some sort of guide that would help you have evenly spaced lines. I don't know. Alright. Well, my lines are straight because the stamp is straight, but they are certainly not evenly spaced. But that's okay. So then we're going to take our stickers and we are just going to add some stickers. Alright, so we have those 2. And then I'm going to put one here. And these are really flat stickers, so they really should not have any impact on your mailing. So I think it's going to be fine to have stickers here. And then for this one, I am going to use a blue and a pink. So there we have, I'll turn these around so you can see them right side up. So there we have some really cute envelopes. And of course, if you remember, when we turned it over and they opened their envelope, they have the wildflowers inside of it. So this is like a really all-comprehensive stamp, or kit. It's absolutely fabulous. So then when you pair it with the cards, it just makes a perfect kit. I'm just telling you. I just love it. This might be one of my favorite ones that I've seen in a while. So these will make for... you know, you could package these all together and make a gift pack out of them. They would make a really cute present for somebody. Or, you know, you can just send them out. Which, speaking of sending them out, it seems to me that I should pick another winner of some cards. What do you guys think? Let's see here. Let me move my vellum. And let's see if I can give away some more cards. And I will do the drawing for the full kit after at the end of the video. So don't you worry, it's coming. So alright, so doing my comment picker, it looks like Judy Stump. If you want to send me your address, I will send you some cards. So very fun. Congratulations. So let me move these out of the way and we will take a look at some alternative cards that I have made using these same supplies. So I did pull in a few extra supplies in order to make my alternatives, but I tried to stick pretty close to what comes in the kit because I know that some of you are limited on what you might have. Let's see, where did I put them? Okay, so first I'll show you similar envelopes. Now you'll see here what I did not do the lines because honestly I didn't think about that. That stamp did not strike me as something to do lines with. I might have to go back and add that. But what I did was I added different flowers and then these the greenery to the bottoms of my envelopes. Okay, and then I liked using the flowers on the corner here. So just some different ways to do your envelopes. Now, if you're counting, you'll see I actually only have 8 envelopes, and you will see why in a moment. But I did decorate envelopes. So let me grab my stack of alternatives. And I have to warn you guys, I kind of went overboard. So I like totally, yeah, I made a lot. So bear with me here. I'll try not to be like too slow on this one. We'll see how I do. So the first one that I did, sticking with the flowers, let me move these envelopes here. You guys can see all this. All right. So here's the first alternative that I made. So what I have here is I took the flower paper and I cut it up into smaller strips, and then I used some garden green paper, you know, coordinating with the garden green ink. And then down at the bottom, I actually did the tone on tone. So this paper has the flowers, but I just put the thank you at the bottom. There's actually some vellum leaves back here as well. And I just did this on a purple base. And then on the inside, I added some flowers as well. So there's one. And then I do have one, let me just pick out the one. I do have another one that's kind of similar to this, but a little bit different layout. Hey Kim, welcome. So let me get this out of the way. So here is a similar layout, but I just turned it the other direction. And so for this one, what I did was I have larger strips cut, and these are from, let me show you, if we go back to our actual kit, the tag that we used in the background here, that flowery tag, I cut up into these strips. Okay, so that's where these strips are coming from. So I put those here, and then again I added that garden green strip and then added some pearls. Now this one, instead of using those tan letters, I actually stamped them in the garden green on the background. So I thought that was kind of fun. So let me move those over here. And then I've got, so this one here, I actually used, I don't know if you can tell this in the video, but behind this friend is actually a glimmer paper. And is glimmer paper from a previous paper pumpkin kit, because I'm all about using up my scraps. So this one says, hello sweet friend. I did include the flower stickers here, and just put it on the shimmery glimmer paper. And then using the same glimmer paper, you'll see just a different way to look at it is using the thank you, and it's very shimmery in person, but just a simple thank you card that I thought would be really cute. This is again is on that garden green paper as well. So two different ways to use glimmer paper, and also using past paper pumpkin products. So great way to do that. Then I thought I would pull in a different color. When I was looking at the paper, I really liked the orange that was coming out in the flowers. So I took some orange paper, which I'll have to tell you is tangerine. It's actually tangerine paper. Again, cutting the strip out. This is actually the strip from the longer, so the longer celebrate word. I took that, flipped it, and cut it apart so that I could use it here. And to do hello sweet friend. And again, the same orange that I have on my base is what is behind the letters as well. And then putting some of the flower stickers on the inside. So I think this might be one of my favorite ones that I have. Here's another simple idea. You can actually see the curve of the tag that I left. I thought that was kind of a neat design element. So I actually just cut the tag in half to adhere it to the back. Just made my brown base a little bit smaller than it comes. And then added the stamping in the green. And this is using one of the bases that came with the kit, but I added some flowers on the inside as well. What sizes are the strips of floral? Kim, that's a great question. So let me go back to this one. These are 1.5. Let me see if I still have my cheat sheet here. I do. So these are 1.5 by 2.5. And then of course the background is 1/4 inch larger. And then the smaller ones, these are actually 7/8 inches. And the reason for that weird measurement, they're 7/8 by 2.5. The reason for that is because they're actually the same scraps. So once I cut off the 1.5 inches, all I had left was 7/8 of an inch. So that's what it was. Oh, thanks for sharing, Karen. So yeah, so 1.5 by 2.5, 7/8 by 2.5. And then the background square is just a little bit larger. All right, so let's see, I think I'm on this one. So I just cut the background a little bit smaller and made a cute thank you card. Now you'll notice I did a lot of thank you cards. You could obviously switch out any of the stamping for other words. But I happen to be in need of thank you cards. So I tend to make cards based on what's low in my inventory. So you might remember that when I was showing you how I decorated the envelopes, I told you that I only had 8 envelopes. And that's because I actually took one and cut it up. So you'll see this, you can actually kind of tell it's a little bit curved here. That's because I cut up the inside of the envelope. So if we come back here, you remember these envelopes? You'll see this is the curve on the inside. Same here, some more strips from the inside envelope, and I just interspersed them with the orange. And sticking with the orange simply because I had made this card and I had some extra scraps, and I thought, well, I need to do something with those scraps. So this was the second card that came out of the orange, trying to use up those scraps. So I stamped the thank you, and there's also some little pearls right here. This flower here is actually a double flower. So what I did was I took the daisy, which we didn't actually use in today's video, but let me show you really quick in case you didn't see it in the beginning. So I took this daisy flower, and all I did was stuck a yellow one on top of it, because I just thought that was kind of a cute look, and that's how I ended up with this layered flower. So that's where that one came from. Alright, so then we have, I thought I would just try out some quick and easy thank you cards. Simple, but I thought they were kind of pretty. So I took the flowery tag and I just turned it over, and then I used the letters that are left out, or left over, and just put the letters on the white tag. So if you were able to see underneath, you'll actually see, the wildflower side, the side is still there, obviously, but it's nice and blank on one side. And of course added some coordinating daisies on the inside. And similar to this one, what I did was so here's the tag and the words from inside of the tag. So this one I did the orange again, put the orange stripe, and this one I used the orange stripe background as well, just to tie them together. So, very similar look, but this orange one could really be more of a guy kind of card, because you don't have all the flowers. And I mentioned, I'm not a huge flower person, so I was looking for cards that wouldn't have the flowers. So, I'm glad you guys like the alternatives. Very fun. Yes, Debbie, I totally agree. Less is more sometimes. I mean, I think sometimes we just need to simplify. So I really liked these for simplification. All right, so I'm starting to get too many sitting here. So let me move these for a second because I have a few more. So here's another alternative. Again, you have your flower base up here, that background. Just cut it smaller. This is a stitch square that I used. I turned, obviously at an angle, and then just kind of layered some of the different flowers together, just to try some different looks. So, some of it, I think when you're crafting, is really just about experimenting. I mean, there are so many pieces in this kit that I think if you just kind of pull them all out, what I did with the alternatives is this table was just covered with the pieces of this kit. And then I just started kind of mixing and matching, cutting random strips, and you do waste some paper, but you start to kind of see what you like and, how you want to cut stuff out. So that's how some of these cards came about. So, and this one, again, just stamping the words. So then I have 3 that I thought were better for guys. So my last 3. So the very first one is just using the Night of Navy with this, I keep calling it tan, but it's actually Sahara sand. So using, again, the letters. Now this time I combined 2 of them. So I combined thank you and friend to put it all together for a simple card. So I really like this one. I wasn't sure about the U on the strip here. I don't know how readable that is for you guys, but I think in real life it's actually quite readable. So loved this one. And then I thought while I was on the kick I put, this one I think is a little bit harder to read. I took Celebrate, and I took some of the Tutti Frutti paper, which is black and white, and put it behind. But I think you kind of lose some of the words here with that. But, you know, it's all about experimenting. So this one says Celebrate Your Awesomeness. But I kind of like the black and white look. I just don't know, it might be too busy. I'm not sure what you guys think, but I thought that was kind of fun. And then the last one, I was actually going for like a pennant. So like a, you know, pennant flag, so hence the extra handle here. But to say Celebrate Big Time. So if you have, you know, like a sports fan in your life, these are actually Chicago Bears colors. So I love the Chicago Bears. Huge football fan. Even though we have nothing to celebrate big time. But regardless, this fun color combination. And, you know, it comes about because if you notice the colors from the rest of these cards, I was just using up scraps. So thought we'd go with like the pendant kind of look for a sports theme. So I told you guys I went a little bit overboard. Ended up with 13 samples of alternatives. And you know, I will tell you, these 13 cards, I did not even use all of the supplies from one Paper Pumpkin kit. So, I mean, that's really how versatile this can be, that there are so many ways you can use it, and really without even pulling in a lot of other, you know, supplies. So, just thought I would throw out there a few ideas for you guys of how to use the kit in case you're not a fan of how it came with the instructions. So, yes, Debbie, I totally was on a roll. I just kept thinking of different ways to use things, and then, you know, you have scraps sitting here and I can't let them go to waste, so I have to find a way to use them. And oh, Cindy, I'm so glad you're glad that I went overboard. So there are all of the ideas, and let me just bring back here, and I'm gonna pick the winner of the full kit that I have here. So here's the 3 that we made, kind of piling my cards high here. So a couple of things about Paper Pumpkin. Next month, well, actually we're already in March. February kind of got away from me, and that's why we're doing this on March 1st. So March is the 5th anniversary of Paper Pumpkin, and what that means is that you totally want to subscribe for March. As in, like, as soon as you're done watching this video, go do your subscription, because they are doing a special 5th anniversary kit. You know what? Let me just pull this up here. So they're doing a special 5th anniversary. There's like supposed to be a special box, and we get a free gift, and the free gift is not available elsewhere to order, so that makes it extra special. Can't wait. You know, I told you that I normally get 4 kits in a month. I can tell you that I will be getting more next month. So be sure to sign up before March 10th is the deadline to sign up for your kit. So be sure to do that. And then the 4th Thursday, that's a mouthful, the 4th Thursday of March, and I don't actually know what the date is. I want to say like the 29th maybe, we'll come back together and make our March kit. So looking forward to that. And I can probably say there'll be more overboard alternatives as well. So I love creating, I love doing this, and I'm so happy you guys joined me tonight. So Linda, you're welcome. I'm so glad that you enjoyed the kits. So alright, give me just a second. Got to do my comment picker and see what we can do about picking a winner for our full kit. So wherever you are, give yourself a drum roll. And it is going to be, okay, I am so sorry if I butcher your name. Cindy Ladbestry? Oh my gosh, Cindy, I am so sorry, because I'm probably totally messing up your last name. So, but Cindy, you're the winner. So I am going to send you a full Paper Pumpkin kit, the one that we just made, the Wildflower Wishes. I had to look at the box. So congratulations, Cindy. Just send me your address and I will get that kit right out in the mail to you. So yeah, congratulations on that. So thanks again for joining me tonight, and I hope you will also consider signing up for the Hold On to Hope class. So we'll be making cards, you know, just as beautiful as these, and I'll have lots of instructions. We'll do a Facebook Live, so message me if you want to sign up for that. And there's so much going on. Tuesday's Coffee and a Card, so be sure to join me whenever you have time, and the replays will always be available. So until we meet again, be sure that you encourage one another and build each other up. Thanks, ladies.